Good evening, everybody. The Music Fan is here, bringing smiles to the faces, knowledge to the people, and most importantly, music to the masses. And I'm back with another Are You In? Which means no more time to waste. Let's start the timer and see what we are reviewing tonight. So tonight we are talking about Bring Me the Horizon's newest album entitled Amo. So if you don't know this band, they are a metalcore slash alt metal, alt rock, pop rock, electronic rock band from Sheffield, South Yorkshire, England. Their members include Oliver Sykes on lead vocals, keyboards, and programming, Matt Keane on bass, Lee Malia on lead guitar and rhythm guitar, Matt Nichols on drums and percussion, and Jordan Fish on keyboards, programming, percussion, and vocals. Their previous albums include Count Your Blessings in 2006, Suicide Season in 2008, There's a Hell, Believe Me, I've Seen It, There's a Heaven, Let's Keep It a Secret in 2010, Sempiternal in 2013, and That's the Spirit in 2015. Now, I'm going to be honest, I had this on CDs to listen to in 2019, but I wasn't really interested that much in listening to this. Bring Me the Horizon is a kind of a weird band for me. It's a band that I've known about for years, and I've known the name, but I cannot tell you if I've listened to a song or an album by them. I don't know. I don't know what it is. It is a band that I've been meaning to listen to, but always find an excuse to not to. But I watched the Needle Drop do an album review on this, and it got me really interested in this particular album. Same thing with Cover Killer Nature, which is another awesome album review person to watch if you haven't heard of them already. They focus more on metal reviews, but find time to do other ones. So after hearing these two reviews, I thought, you know, let's take a listen and see what I think. So here we are. And the biggest thing I want to say first off with this album is that this isn't the sound that you've grown up with Bring Me the Horizon, from what I understand. Gone are the metalcore sounds on this album. There is more of a hard rock, pop rock, mainstream rock with electronic rock tinges. Now, if you saw my last album review with Who Do You Trust, you saw me blast that album because of trying to be more mainstream. This, honestly, works much better than that previous album. And the reason for it is, from the get-go, you get those tinges. And they're interesting. I think what sets this apart from a lot of pop rock and electric rock in general is that the arrangements are more interesting because this band has done a lot of more technical stuff with metalcore and have brought those approaches into this album. Right off the bat, I apologize if you feel something, is this very minimalist sounding 2-minute song with a lot of electronic note tinges and some interesting drumming ideas, and it helps you set up what the sound's going to be. Songs that are minimalist at times but also build very well. Nihilist Blues has that same idea. Kind of feels like a discotheque song or an EDM song, but has this interesting dark nature to it. Uses some deceptive ideas of going, from fa to me instead of fa to me, this half-step idea in the melody. Melody's beautiful. Grimes, who last time I heard her, she was on Janelle Monáe, is on this song, out of all songs, and adds a nice touch to this. Melody's awesome. The drum parts in the middle are really cool and really intricate, and it takes a song style that you've heard before and gives it new life. Other songs with these tinges of electronic nature, Ouch being one of them, that feels kind of like a Drake song with the melody do 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 do, like do, you've heard on some other Drake songs, but the arrangement is nice. There's some interesting string parts, there's some interesting piano parts. The drums are fast paced, and this doesn't overstay its welcome, just perfect enough. And then you also get Fresh Bruises, which also has this very minimalist style that keeps building, has some interesting drum parts to add to there. If it wasn't so repetitive, it would be a little bit better. Also, on the first half of the album, you do get some more straightforward hard rock songs where the arrangements aren't necessarily that interesting, but what makes up for them are the lyrics. Mantra being the first one of those, where it's talking about wanting to start a cult. And what I like about this is the very tongue-in-cheek nature, where the guy is literally going from watching TV, being like, I need something in my life to, hey, I'm going to start a cult. And then like the progression of that is really cool. Wonderful Life is another tongue-in-cheek song where it's talking about a more nihilistic nature and more cynical nature on life as you're getting older. So instead of, you know, just being monotonous, trying to find ways of coping with that, whether it's drugs, you know, all those things. And it does feature Danny Filth, lead singer of Cradle of Filth. So, and then something a little bit different on this album. The arrangement itself isn't truly interesting. Some of the harmonies aren't great, but the lyrics on there work so well. And then Medicine, another one of these singles, very straightforward in the rock sound, though it does have a little bit of those electronic changes, just like Mantra does. The lyrics aren't as interesting, but I think this is a beautiful arrangement. The melody is really cool. There's a lot of really good harmonies on here. And the music video is kind of disturbing, but I think it's really cool. Now, the latter half of this album doesn't work as well. Once you get to Sugar, Honey, Ice, and Tea, Why You Gotta Keep Me When I'm Down, Mother Tongue, Heavy Metal, those four aren't as interesting to me. Fresh Bruises you can kind of throw in there, but I think the arrangement does enough. Sugar, Honey, and Ice and Tea, a song that is alright, but it has those hard rock tinges, but the chorus is very annoying and, you know, doesn't really mesh well on some parts. I think the chorus is a little bit too popish with the hard rock verses. Why You Gotta Keep Me When I'm Down is probably the most modern sound. It has a lot of these trap nature stuff with the drums and the triplet verses. It doesn't do as bad chorus-wise as Sugar, Honey, Ice, and Tea, but it is a little bit annoying, and the outro almost makes it overstay its welcome, though it isn't horrible. The last two of these, Mother Tongue and Heavy Metal, I think the problem here is that they're trying to mesh the pop sounds and the hard rock / metalcore ideas, and it doesn't necessarily get there. Mother Tongue being the prime example on that, where it is a little bit more pop in the beginning, and the chorus is a little bit over the top in terms of just how much distortion there is. Heavy Metal kind of feels like this Linkin Park sound, but again, I don't think the pop and the rock ideas mix that well. Though I do like the beatboxing idea with Razel, ex-member of The Roots. Again, a weird person to have on here, but it works well. The last song, I Don't Know What to Say, is a beautiful ender. It has a little bit of electronic change, but not too much of it. I think it works very well. Also has these nice string parts, and it's a slow builder, but it's worth the time. Most of these songs are about Oliver's breakup with Hannah Snowden, and it definitely shows with the emotion of a lot of the lyrics. Some of my favorites being on Out where it's talking about this would end in tears, but didn't think your wrist would leave a souvenir because she had an affair with her tattoo artist. And then I know that you would drag me through hell, but I didn't think you would fuck the devil. Again, very poignant lyrics. But there's also some songs about his new fiancée, Alyssa Salas, on Mother Tongue. There's also the most poignant one on here, which is I Don't Know What to Say, is about Oliver's friend Aiden, who passed away due to cancer, and wishing that he could say the things that he wanted to say. All in all, beautiful album with a lot of really good and poignant lyrics that make up for some of these lackluster songs at times. I think, on the whole, fantastic album to listen to up until those last 6 songs, but again, worth a listen. I would say listen to it even if you are an old fan of Bring Me the Horizon. Give it a shot. If you are a deeply rooted fan of it, it might be hard for you, but give it a try. Everyone else, if you find this idea interesting, give it a shot, because I think you're going to find some good stuff in here, even if it is pop electric. So that's my time. I hope you enjoyed this particular album, and if you did, give this video a like. Let me know what you like or hate about this particular album. Let me know other albums that you would like me to review in 2019. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I'm going to try to be putting out a new Are You In every Sunday at least, so there's going to be a lot of content out there. You just have to subscribe and watch my videos to know what I'm putting out. So next week, I have another Are You In? I already have that planned. I actually have the next couple planned, and I'm really excited about these. There's going to be some good albums to talk about pretty soon. But until then, this is the Music Fan signing off.